public inquiry resumes today into Nova Scotia's mass shooting in 2020, where 22 people were killed. The commission has hit a significant new snag. Many of the victims' families are boycotting the proceedings. Brett Ruskin is covering things for us. He's in Truro, Nova Scotia, where the inquiry is going on right now. Brett, why are the families taking the action they are here?
Well, Heather, they're upset by the way the next group of RCMP officers are going to testify. Now, we've seen here on News Network about the RCMP officers who have testified so far, the folks who really were at the front lines, the first ones in Portapic, who were there in the middle of the night, in the darkness, discovering bodies. There were homes on fire. There were cars on fire exploding, just as one officer called it, a war zone. And they testified in person at the inquiry, and they were also subject to cross-examination. So you had family members asking questions through their lawyers to these officers about what happened, what they did, what decisions they made, what actions they took. That's not the process that we're going to see over the next number of days of these proceedings. We are going to see RCMP officers who were making decisions, key decisions, in this response from command posts further away from the folks who are on the ground. And these officers that will be testifying starting today, one officer will be testifying virtually via Zoom. However, next week, the two officers that are on the schedule will be testifying virtually via Zoom. No cross-examination, no direct cross-examination from the victims' families' lawyers. And also, it won't be live streamed, so the public won't be able to see this testimony until its recording is posted onto the inquiry's website. So this has upset the families, upset the lawyers working on behalf of the families. Here is Tara Miller. I spoke with her yesterday. She's one of the lawyers representing the families.
What should happen is that we are afforded the ability to do as we have already done with multiple other witnesses, to engage in appropriate cross-examination. You cannot throw out cross-examination under the umbrella of being trauma-informed. You just can't. The system falls apart.
And now that terminology, the trauma-informed process, that has been a part of this inquiry since the beginning, designed to try to support and assist and accommodate victims as well as family members, accommodate witnesses rather, as well as victims' families. Now, what do the families think of all of this? Scott McLeod spoke to CBC News. His brother was killed in these shootings. Here's what Scott had to say.
This trauma-informed thing, I mean, the only people they seem to want to protect is what information goes to the public. Like, the families have already been traumatized as far as they're going to get. We want information.
And so the families are looking for information. In the meantime, they are boycotting the proceedings, not attending here in person, and requesting that their lawyers not attend in person either. Heather.
And Brett, what kind of response are they getting from the people who are in charge of the inquiry and from the RCMP?
Sure. Well, no response yet officially from the RCMP, from the National Police Federation, or from the commissioners running the inquiry in relation to this boycott. But we did hear from Commissioner Michael MacDonald yesterday talking about the importance of these accommodations, talking about the importance of the trauma-informed process. Here's what he had to say.
A trauma-informed approach does not excuse someone from testifying, but rather seeks to create conditions that will ensure the ability to provide the best evidence.
So again, families boycotting the proceedings this week and next week as well, at least. Heather.
Brett Ruskin in Truro, thanks very much.